Hey guys, just wanted to share a quick video with you on if you want to change out some splines, you get into Unity and you think that you want to make a couple changes. Now, a couple things, one of them being I wouldn't do this if you have a lot of changes. I think I resplined about 15, 20 times, doing it the whole way through where I erased everything and just kind of redid it. And I got good at it and stuff like that. And I got to a point where I thought I was good after a ton of working on my terrain and stuff like that. But I still found a few spots I wasn't happy with. So I'll go over a quick tutorial on how I did this. DPR went over this with me one afternoon, and he said he should have recorded it, but I told him if I get the chance I'll just make a quick video basically outlining how he did it and how we got through it. So alright, so here we go. So here I've got this little green area here. I'm not really happy with the shape of it. I'm not really happy with this and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make this a little smoother, a little nicer, the way I'm a little more happy with it and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do here is the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Inkscape. And here it is right here. So I've got it up here right now. So this is my satellite, my Predator satellite SVG. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just make this a little nicer. So this is path 1803. So this is it here. So I'm just going to kind of shape this a little better. I think I'll control 9, make it one smaller. And then this area here, I'm just going to kind of pull out and just make it a little nicer. Let's see here. Let's see how that looks. And well, not great. Let's work that again here. Let's maybe pull this one out also. Oops. Let's see how that looks here. Okay, that's a little better. It's not perfect, but I can always go redo it afterwards, so after the fact. So I'm going to save this. Save, and then I'm going to, now these are all the normal level or layers, or sorry, these are all the normal steps you've got in John Meyer's video, so nothing is new here. So I suggest if you are not following what I'm saying, go through those videos again and check it out. But what I'm going to do is delete my satellite layer. Alright, and then I'll save it as, and this is my NoSat SVG. Replace it, and then what we've got to do again after that is go into our terrain under the new tools, the Predator tools here, or the OPCD Tools, and get rid of my converted because this is an old one. Alright, and this is the satellite 1029. This is the one I just did here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert that one and run it, and I'll get a new converted. Okay, so there it is. Done today at this time, so that's perfect. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, okay, I can get out of Blender or Inkscape here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to open up Blender. So basically DPR mentioned here, go with the last mesh that you're happy with. So for me, it is my post mesh right here. Okay, I've got some backups and I'm going to talk about this in a second here. But this is the one I've got opened here. It's down here. It's so this is the one I have open. You can see, where is it? It doesn't say, oh, up here, post mesh blend. What you need to do, and what I suggest you do, in case this doesn't go the way you think, I would save a copy. So go save as, and then what I end up usually doing is post mesh here, is I like to put the date. So today's the 29th. October 29th, and then save that. Save as, okay. Then get out, and if anything goes wrong, all right, now you know you're good. I've got a copy here, post mesh, October 29th. I can always go back to that one if something messes up. So I'm gonna open up my post mesh blend, my initial one. That's the one we're gonna be working in. And again, if anything goes wrong here, I know I can just open up that October 29th and I'll be good. Okay. First step, import your SVG that we just worked on. Okay, so it's here. There's my converted from today at 1335. So we'll bring that in, and it's going to show up. We'll go all the way to the bottom, right here. Okay, there it is, right there. Now some of the other ones I've done here, I can obviously get rid of these. I haven't saved this yet, but these are some old ones, so I'm just going to delete those. I don't need those. But basically, here's the SVG I just brought in. Now the hole I'm working on is hole 13. Oh, another thing too, let's go back into Inkscape. You got to mark which ones these are, which splines these are. So this is path 1803. And obviously, because I've made this smaller, this mesh needs to be a little bit bigger on my fairway that goes around. So that one is, come on, I think it's 1820. I don't know why it's being difficult. Yeah, it's 1820. So 1803 and 1820 are my two paths that I need to remember. Okay. So go back into Blender. And basically the first step you do here is get rid of all the holes you're not going to use. Now make sure you do it under your no-sat converted SVG. Don't go up here to your actual cuts, or sorry, your meshes. And I'm just going to basically go to end of hole 12. So there's the end of hole 12. I'm going to shift click. That selects it all. I'm going to delete that. Okay. And then I'm gonna, now I want hole 13 I mentioned, so I'm gonna start at hole 14. I'm gonna delete everything up to hole 18 and delete that. And all I'm left with now is hole 13 and hole 98, which is my cart paths that run through it. So I'll just select, let's go select 1803 here. Where is it? Right there. And then I'll numpad 0, and there it is. All right. Now I've also done the cart paths because this is hole 98 and it overlaps the hole. So basically when it cuts it here, I want the cart path to be included. So that being said, all we do at this point, now we've got the hole reset. Now we're just going to convert materials and cut. Give it a second here. I should have opened the little window for this to see how it's doing. All right. So now it has done it. And again, all you have to do here is grab, let's go back to, which one do we want here? 1803, and just numpad 0, and there it is. So now it's cut, it's on its own and stuff like that. So now all we have to do is get rid of everything else now that we don't need here. And we'll get rid of it, then we'll convert the meshes. So I know I need 1803 and 1820, I said, so I will delete those, and then delete 16. We don't need that. We do need 20, I think. Yep. So basically, there we go. Now all I've got left in this that have cut are 1803 and 1820, the two I want. So now it's super easy. All you need to do is, and let me open the window, the toggle system here. So there we go, just so we keep an eye on it. All I do now is go convert meshes. Should be pretty quick with just these two. And it'll know, you don't have to rename them. We'll see what happens here. It'll mesh them, and then I'll show you in a second. It's pretty simple what it does here. There we go. Now it's done. And you see now it's gone from under my converted SVG. Now it's basically up where it's supposed to be. So we go to hole 13. And there we go. So we've got 1803 and 1820. Now it just renamed them 001 because there's already an 1803 and an 1820. So all we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of the original 1803 green, delete it, and we're going to rename this and get rid of the 001. Okay, but you also have to open up, and DPR mentioned this to me, open it up and you'll see, I think this is the object, I think that's what he mentioned. You need to rename this one because it's still going to have the old name of 001 on it. So I just double click that, and I also rename the object. Okay, and then we're good. And let's do the same thing for 20. I'll get rid of the original 20. And then just go ahead and rename the name and the object here. There's the name, and then I'm pretty sure he said this was the object. And there we go. So all we do after that now is we select 1803 and then Control select 1820. So it's those two I've got selected right now, and we just export select FBXs. Oh, that's because I'm in edit mode here. Okay, so let's go. Got an error there. It's saying it was in edit mode. I have to be in object mode obviously when I do this. So I've still got my two splines here. So let's batch export selected FBXs and look at my performance, and should already be done. Yeah, it was super quick. Now the beauty of this, okay, is they are automatically overwritten. So if I go to hole 13 here, and if we look at 1803, see today, that's the time, October 29th, 203. So it's automatically rewritten over it for me in my Windows. Okay, where it hasn't redone it is in Unity. Now it'll stay in the hierarchy. We're not going to change it there, but we are going to have to replace them in my project. So I go to FBX and go down to hole 13, 1803. There it is. So 1803, we're going to delete it. It's going to say sure. Yep. And there it's gone now. And then 1820 also, we're going to delete that. It's going to say, are you sure? Yep, and there they go. So now all we need to do is open up 1803 and bring it back into the FBX. There we go, it shows up, and then we bring in select 20, bring it into the FBX, and there we go. And it's as simple as that. That is the way you do a quick spline change. Again, if you have a ton of these, I would probably just do it all from scratch. But if you get the odd one like this, that's super easy. That's probably the best way to go about it. I hope this helps, guys. Thank you.